Alright guys, I am back with another video. This video is going to be on the new season that we have, the Dragon Siege. I'm going to go over kind of just the policies and see how they look in the map. Nothing really in depth. I'm sure there'll be other videos that come out probably much more in depth than mine. This is just giving you my point of view on what I see. Now, I will say this will probably be the only video that I make on this current season, as I am going to be migrating my main out of the current server that I'm in here shortly. But I figured I would at least try to look over and see what the season is, what it offers, what's different. So with that being said, I am going into it for my first time. Let's enter in. Welcome to Tamaris, my lord. Allow me to explain the situation. They've sent us back through time to the year 722. Been at constant war with one another. Nice. All right. Oh, look. Oh, so we get a free dragon? Thunder Drake, War Pet acquired. Ah. So it looks like. Alright, so let's read this. Our little guy's first fantastic encounter. You gotta help him make a decision, boss. Different experiences will boost his attributes in different ways. Before long, I bet he'll make one heck of a companion. Alright, and it looked like up there you get 10, I guess, traveling stamina. Entering the forest, Thunderdrake discovers an old tree emitting a mysterious glow. Its trunk contains a hollow that opens and closes, rising and falling rhythmically like a beating heart. The area is utterly silent, as if the entire forest is listening to the trees breathing. After thinking a while, the Thunderdrake decides to. So it tells you what it does here. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember what all those are. I know this one's intelligence. Oh, no, that's spirit. Okay, so spirit. That one's intelligence. That one is luck. So that one's endurance. Alright, so with me being a mage main, obviously I think I'm going to go with the intelligence first. Super fruit. Alright. Alright, I'm going to turn me a little music on in the background while I'm reading through this. I don't think that's going to be too loud. I think y'all should be able to hear me over that. Alright. So we get a super fruit. It's Rage. When the Legion launches a normal attack, it has a 10% chance to deal damage to the target Legion. Damage factor 14 by 24, determined by endurance. Check out this fruit. The other pets aren't interested in it, but the Thunder Drake is. We ought to feed it to him. I don't want that one though. I don't. So it's gonna make me do that. Okay. Let me turn this music down just a bit. Alright, so it looks like it's got several different skills can be built based on the type of unit type that you want to play. Overall, yeah, and it's an overall pet. Already comes with a 3-star primary skill. Deals damage to the target Legion. 120 by 208, determined by strength. And increases Legion infantry defense by 20, cavalry attack by 20, marksman unit attack by 20, and magic skill damage by 20%. Okay. And that is determined by strength. So, seems like strength is going to be your primary attribute. And then, obviously, going through all of these would be a much more in-depth video on how you would want to build this pet based on how you would want to play. For me, obviously, I would probably do a mage build on it, but I do want to look at a few other things as well. So you do get Roar of Thunder, pretty standard at the very beginning of any playthrough. A little bit different name, but very similar rewards that you get. Purchase payback as well. That's from the current event that's going on now. And then obviously your gems do reset. Let's go over the policies. Okay, so a little bit different in terms of how they're set up. What is this one? Daily travel attempt. So that's going to be for the pet. Alright, so here we go. Opportunist grants 50% of enemies' gathered resources. Except gems. Why is that not bigger? Upon defeating a legion. So you get 50% of the resources. Reduces resource gather speed, but grants 15% more resources upon returning. I would do Opportunist. Especially if you play Cav and you're going to go around with Cavs. Alright, now here we go on this one. Resource healing, obviously. Administrative excellence, self-explanatory. This one is what's going to allow you to play with Selûne on the ground. So you would be able to use her with anything and get her full damage benefits on the ground. Or with pretty much any Legion type that you want. I would probably get this as soon as possible, or at least before your first fighting is going to be happening. Alright, now what do we have here? Ready to strike. Ranged Legions on Citadel walls have a 10% chance to gain 50 rage when launching a normal attack. Alright, increases march speed of Legions in Citadels. To me, I probably would go with the Ready to Strike on that one. Legions take less range damage. Increases counterattack damage to ranged legions on Citadel walls. Probably would do the single-minded because I do play ranged units. Counter marksman, counter magic, counter cav. Pretty self-explanatory there. Medical supplies. Alright, now. This one right here, both of these are good. So it really is going to depend on how you play on which one of these you would choose. Is if you want more stamina, 50 more stamina, or 35,000 more daily elixir production. I think, me personally, I think the stamina is going to be more beneficial, as you will be able to send your units out more. But medical supplies is also not a bad one. Good news is whichever one you pick, if you don't like it, you can always reset. At least once. You can reset once. Hold on one second. Sorry, thought my kids were busting in the room on me. So what do we have here? Infantry units and army groups. You have a 15% chance to take 25% less damage from range units in the field and deal counterattack damage to the target. 240 damage factor. When cavalry units and army groups you create army groups you create launch an unyielding rush at their target, they take 40% less damage, and rushing skill is reduced by 20%. Alright, if you're infantry, unyielding. If you're cav, thundering. Pretty self-explanatory there. These right now, what is buying for blood? CP calls. That's more of a PvE skill. Alright, that's where legions cannot be extracted. This is pretty self-explanatory. Me right here, I always do healthcare diligence just because I like the stamina bonus. Alright, and then the rest of this is pretty standard from previous seasons. As far as the amber, this all looks pretty standard. It does have the new pet added in there already. Now, for the map, let's see the war pets. What am I doing? All the war pets are still the same yet, so nothing new on those. I didn't know if you could go out and maybe collect the new war pet just to happen to get new skills from it, but it doesn't look like it. Man, I got put all the way over here in the corner by myself. All the way up there by myself. Anyway, so the new map. We are in the top right starting zone. So it looks like left is going to be your first zone 1 or zone 2. And then you also have one over here on the right, which has your giant. What kind of giant is this? So it is the Mieza, or however you say that, the poison one. That is, so you got the cosmic rock as well. And then we got, what are these? A summoner's tower. Each occupied summoner's tower increases summon attempts by 1. Hold on. An alliance's territory must border a summoner's tower before they can launch an attack to capture it. An alliance that owns a summoner's tower can summon dragons to their own alliance towers, alliance siege towers, and alliance bastions. Summoning a dragon costs 1 summoner attempt. Each summoner's tower you own increases the maximum summon attempts by 1 and summon attempt recovery speed by 100%. Dragons can only be summoned on the season map. Each alliance can summon only 1 dragon at a time. Alright, so this sounds like all the dragons that you've had, or that you've maybe captured. Hold on. Oh, so that must be the new Hydra. Anyway, I'm wondering if it's going to let you summon like the fire dragons and the different dragons that we fought throughout the other seasons. So it looks like we got the bear, your regular, the dire bear, the giant, another dire bear. What is this castle? Okay, that's the castle that you have to take in the peace phase. And you got to come up here and attack them as well. That's going to be interesting to do, to take out. And then there's the dragon. There's our core fort. Alright. Alright, so what is this? New season contact, demonic dance. Wait, I was trying to read that. How do I go back and read that? Oh, here we go. Oh, that just tells me what to do. Alright, and that's going to be the attack she does. 20 million HP. 20 million. So I guess that's going to be our magma demon this season. Alright, and then in this zone you have your Necro. And then the new little Hydra monster. I don't know how to say that. It looks like it has a shield as well. Charbidus. I don't know. I probably missaid that, but anyway, and then we have the new dragon as well. 30 million. Each Thunder Dragon Stormcloud Conduit. It gains 1 stack of Tempest. Mark max 100 stacks. Each stack of Tempest increases damage dealt by 0.3%. Okay. Alright, so that is the dragon. It has portals to get in, it looks like. Yep. Alright. Interesting layout here. Looks like it's all a pretty straightforward shot from each side up onto the plateau. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm back again. That was my kid who happens to be barging in asking me a random question. Let me continue looking. Yeah, so it looks like what I was saying. It looks like each alliance has pretty much a straight shot forward, and no delay. I don't think to really get to the plateau other than the castle here. Alright, well, I do think I'm going to go ahead and end this video off here. I can't really show you any of the fights or anything right now as they're not happening. But that's just a quick overview of the new season. Now, the events that popped for us when the season opened, we already had the Forge of Light and the Wheel of Destiny, but Riches of the Forest, obviously, and then Grimoire's Wish has popped as well. But with that being said, do appreciate y'all, love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one.